It was a media sensitization breakfast at our circle this morning. A sumptuous feast, yes, but what was really being served up was the awareness of the challenges faced by families composed of LGBTQ persons. Our guide through this little understood field was Dericia Castillo Salazar, a former BDF soldier turned NGO managing director who's also raising a young son within a same-sex relationship.
We're not asking for a seat at the table. The inalienable right for us to be able to have families, it's something that's given to every individual. So we're not asking for a seat, we're asking them to do a revision, which would include family structures such as ours.
That's a revision to the law books, which would require fundamental changes to many societally agreed upon pronouns, gender norms, and most importantly, definitions of what constitutes a partnership.
We created a public policy team where we're looking at the laws, which definitely create some form of difference between our families and the families of persons who are in heterosexual relationships. So we're doing that review to be able to submit a recommendation of all the laws that we see are creating the most discrimination, and we're going to be submitting that through the parliament to be able to get some form of redress in regards to getting that security that our families deserve.
And like all the other cracks in society, those concerns have become much more immediate during the pandemic.
If we look at the way these grocery bag systems are put up, there's not much leverage to support families that are head by LGBT persons. Because it ties a lot within the social security system, we see that the LGBT couples who are already not supported by social security schemes are further disadvantaged, particularly because the families, the head of the families aren't considered in legal relationships. So when catering to a family as opposed to it being a two adult family, it would be considered as a one adult and however much children are being catered for, as opposed to looking at the entire family, because of course these same-sex persons are not legally covered as families here in Belize.
And it's not just food security that's at stake. It's also the education of hundreds of children.
A lot of the LGBT persons, due to the COVID restrictions, have gained employment in the call centers, the BPO industry. So we see that a lot of them are working from home. So while some of the issues that are being flagged includes time to be able to cater to their children, to give these distance learning, or the fact that the kids are out of school. We do see that within the LGBT community, a lot of the persons who have children are they have the time, their children are there, but it's the resources for them to be able to gain, either if it's a virtual lesson. Some of them are working and have to choose between logging online to make the money or giving that data to their child to be on these virtual lessons.
In Belize, difficult choices for families comprised of same-sex couples abound. That's because their unions aren't recognized, meaning that matters of a partner's estate in the event of their death get complicated.
Social security, it's a big thing, and I'm sure it's something you're going to be hearing a lot when we start challenging some of these systems which exist, because with the social security system, we're paying into these systems. If we have children within our households, it's only the biological parent that can provide that support or that protection for the children within our families. And another big thing is looking at the reality of COVID. COVID, to some point, is synonymous to death. So at some point, it will be where if something were to happen to one of the partners who is not the biological parent of that child, then there's the possibility of family members coming from nowhere, not being integral in that child's life, and disrupting what has been their normal family up to date.
Cherise Halsall, 7 News.